Hey guys, it's ANCAP24 coming with you with another formation scheme out of the Denver Broncos playbook. Today we're going to look at the pistol wide trips, and we're going to look at a certain motion to start off as part one of the series, and that's going to be motioning the B receiver to the left. The reason why I'm choosing this to start off with is because I really like the way the strong power works when you do this motion, and we want to be able to be consistent and show you some other plays that do with it, and we'll go in different segments of this series with the formation. We'll get into some other different things. So let's go ahead and look at the run plays first and show that this is a very good run formation that we can do a lot of things out of, and we're going to just go and stay consistent with this motion. So let's pick strong power to start off with. Let's pick a normal D here. Okay, and we're going to move this guy over from right to left. The reason why I like this is, one, it gets these guys isolated on the right hand side, and what's unique about this strong power that's not like any other is that this slot receiver does a crackdown block. Now, what normally happens is, because that end is already getting taken care of, what's going to end up happening, he's going to just kind of go towards the end, and then he's going to go towards the cornerback, and you have just a nice angle on the cornerback that allows us to cut inside or outside depending on what it is. Let's go ahead and show it to you here. Go in here and basically follow your blocks around and basically do it. Now I'll kind of show you what I mean by that wide receiver here in a second. You can see how he's designed to block, but he always, I don't say always, but he pretty much the majority of the time goes up, doesn't do that block, it goes up to the second level and goes up to that cornerback. It gives us a really nice ability to get outside, and I'll show it to you on replay just to show you what I'm talking about. And that's why I like this motion, is because we're able to go ahead and do that. He goes in originally, sees that that guy is going to get blocked. Now once he's blocked, he goes up at this guy, and getting to that second level on that angle is a much better block for him than trying to do it inside. So he basically, and the way that works, if the guy's got to shed it, he's got to shed it inside or outside, not like, and he's got that ability to just get around. Just a good timing of it and whatnot. So I'll show it to you one more time, I'll move on here. But this is a strong power, and this is kind of what I'm basing most of the motion off of, as this I think is the strongest play that you got to run the ball out of this formation. You can see, you know, we're getting good consistent yards and really not doing much with any type of user running. Okay, the next play I want to look at is the halfback counter as far as the run plays go, and I like it the same way that I just did that one, but we have two options. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you. First option is to flip it at the line of scrimmage and then move this guy over. And what that's going to do is going to do another isolation on the right hand side, to where if you count numbers, you've got one-on-one with your wide receiver, your tight end's got that right end, and then you've got the center plus two others to go against basically two other players with two pulling guards. So you got numbers here. So that's a good thing. It's just a matter of following your blocks. And you know, this time, this is the one halfback counter that you may want to stay outside of the defensive end and the blocks. Oh, I didn't switch it up, but I'll show you. This is the second option, is to move them over and still do this. Now it still works to keep them consistent, but you want to keep it more inside. So both times I didn't show you very good examples. But let's go ahead and show it the first way. Flip it, and then move him, and you know, you got to read that block by your tight end. If he has a good tight end block, then you want to stay outside. If it doesn't, you want to go ahead and do it inside. So basically that's the halfback counter to the right. What I'm liking about this is, when you isolate it, you're basically getting 10 to 15 yards untouched. And then if we go back this way without flipping it, I like to keep this inside a little bit more because of all the numbers, and see if you can get a little bit more there. But you can definitely see how motioning, when you motion him, going to the right side is better, but you can't flip it after you've motioned. So you've always got to flip it first, then motion. Alright, so we can go and try to keep it outside, and you can still get some runs, but you can tell that, you know, it's still an overpowered play no matter how you look at it. You know, your strong powers and your halfback counters are definitely, you know, strong plays in this game. and really it has to do with the linebackers, to be honest with you guys. I don't know if you understand why it's so powerful, but if you look at the linebackers take like 3 steps. When you see this, this is a fake left go right. Look at those linebackers. They always shift 3 feet that way before they even recognize that it's a counter. So if you're having trouble stopping the counter, the first thing you want to do is you want to use your linebacker. The reason why you want to use your linebacker is because take that out of the mix. And I usually try to use your backside linebacker, which in this sense would be the left linebacker, because look how far he runs himself out of the play. It's like having one less defender, you know, and then basically get it outside. So that's how the counters run. Show it one more time with the isolation. But that's what we want to do to run this counter with this motion. You know, there's other parts that run the counter a little bit better out of this formation, but to stay consistent with the motion, and keep them off balance in order to run the strong power, you can do it that way. All right. Now there's 2 other runs in this formation, the dive and the stretch that I like. The stretch, do the same motion, and I want to show it to you. I've touched on a different video how I like to run the stretch play as far as manipulating the middle linebacker to suck them in, and you want to do the same thing here. So once you get the ball, you want to kind of run. Like your first step should be towards the line of scrimmage, and then you want to bounce it out. Okay, so towards the line of scrimmage, and then you want to bounce it out. That basically will get you untouched yards for 10 yards there. So what that does, it sucks that linebacker into you, and he gets caught up in the motion, and then you can get outside. So you move him over, inside, outside, and again, 10 yards without being touched. So definitely consistent plays. You know, especially when you have the counter to worry about, the strong power, you can slip this in and be able to get a lot of yards here. Now, the one thing you're going to notice, just to make sure you know, is that when you move this guy over, the slot receiver is going against a strong safety when it comes in terms of blocking. That's advantage to them. Okay, so sometimes if you really want to make this a run formation only, you would want to sub in a tight end at that slot position, and you can definitely get a lot better running. That guy didn't get blocked, but a lot better running formation. Okay, so that's basically just a little bit of tip. It's Douglas there. He's your slot receiver. Put in a second tight end, and you can definitely make this a run primary formation. But that's not what we're looking at today. But I just want to let you know. And then the dive play is basically something to keep your opponent off balance. Once they start seeing that everything's going to the outside here, you want to sneak this in, because they should start adjusting to outside runs by sending a little bit more of a outside run contain type defensive calls, and then that way you can stick them right in the middle and get this type of run. It's a nice run because it is a little bit of a delayed handoff halfback dive. Oh, I didn't do it here, but it's definitely something that you can mix in. We'll just run the stretch play because it's here. Suck them in, get out, and get your 10 yards. Okay, so that's how I run those plays. Enough with the run plays. Those plays are definitely something that you can have a lot of success with in this formation. Let's go ahead and show you some pass plays that you can use to make sure that you keep your opponent off balance with the same exact motion right there. Okay, so the first play I like to throw in is definitely something that I like to throw in. It's 3rd and short. The reason why is because after you've run this motion a couple times, you want to go ahead and you want to move this guy from right to left. Okay, now once you move him right to left, you want to do 2 other things. You want to put the RB on a streak, and you put the B on a zig. Okay, they're thinking you're going strong power on 3rd and short. They're thinking you're going maybe stretch on 3rd and short, maybe the counter. But we're going to come back, and with this route combination here, put the B in the zig and the RB in there, we're going to be able to free up this slant pretty easily for an easy gain here. So if they're not looking slant here, obviously it's an easier throw, and it just opens up right here in the middle, and you're good. That time it didn't even open up as well because the guy got hooked up. But let's go ahead and show it again. Put this guy on a zig, put this guy on a streak, go ahead and move it, And depending on how you throw it, sometimes it opens up like the Red Sea. Sometimes it you just have to throw it underneath the linebackers. But for the most part, especially if they have any type of so that's how it's an easier throw. Any type of run blitz type situation, that the middle is going to be wide open. Alright, so that's what my first throw is on, like a 3rd and short type play. Now let's go ahead and look at a play called PA read. Now PA read is a play you only want to do on the right hash mark, and there's reasons for that, and I'll kind of break it down for you here. Here's the PA read with this motion is what I'm saying. You can run this in the middle of the field with other different types of plays, but with this motion from right to left, you want to be on the right hash. Okay, now so just so you know that, I put that in the play call sheet so you can remember it. You move them right to left. Now that's all you have to do. Okay, we're basically just clearing out these 2 routes here, the A and the RB. Now the reason why it works is look at the angle of the A route. Okay, now if you look at that, he is going towards the right DB right now is zone on cover 3. When he's got that deep third of the field right there, he's got that ability, he's got to honor that. So he can't just jump the wheel route. So when he looks at the A and he hesitates and kind of jumps at it, that's when you want to throw it to the B. So let's go ahead and show it to you here. And see how that's a wide open throw. I'm just bulleting it. I'm not pass leading it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just pressing the RB button. So let's move this over. Excuse me. He's got to honor that A route because it goes in his zone. Anything close to those numbers is his zone. So because we can play off of that route, that's why it has to be on the right hash. And I'll throw it one more time here. And you're just timing it. You're waiting for him to jump it. Now watch if I put it in the middle of the field. Watch where that tight end goes now. The tight end, same thing, but he doesn't go to the numbers because it's in the middle of the field, or if you're in the left field, which actually indicates that it's the middle safety's responsibility. Okay, so you really can't fit this in, or the guy doesn't do the same reaction. See how that goes right there? It's a much tighter squeeze, and that guy doesn't do the same exact reaction that he does before because he's just kind of hesitating a second before he kind of jumps it. It's 2 different reactions to it depending on where you are in the field. So go right there and see I'm throwing that same ball, and it can work, but the idea of it is to be as close or to the right hash. So if he gets lined up in the middle here, you can see that it still works, like I said before, because it's getting closer to those numbers. But that is the preface on this play, is to hold that DB in the right hand side just for the half a second to throw the ball to right there. Okay, it's a real nice cover 3 beater. It's a quick throw, so you're usually able to beat any type of blitzes with this because of the way it is. You are susceptible to an A blitz because A gap blitz because he is in the pistol. But at the same time, if they're not throwing those out there, you can definitely sneak this in. All right, let's go to the next play, which is called curls. And curls play, we're going to be able to get the ball to this post that is in the slot, which is any post that's any slot post is a nice ability to beat a cover 3, cover 4 type situation because he's right there in the middle. You just put the A always on a streak to clear everybody out. All right, we're going to just stay consistent with this B here, and the way we want to work this out, just so that it's real easy here, put the B on an in, an X on a streak. Kind of, the B will hold the linebackers, the X will clear everybody out, the A will clear everybody out, giving that RB the guy that we want. All right, so here's the throw right there, and it's a good 20 to 25 yard throw every time. You got a lot going on with the play because of the inside, the outside, everything goes on there. So basically, let's go ahead and just do it one more time for you. The B goes in, A goes out, throwing that ball right there, and it's usually a really nice gain for someone. Okay, so the next play we're going to look at is the PA center waggle, staying consistent with the same motion here. This one go ahead and show it to you here first. P center waggle. We're going to set this up for some plays in the future, and this is why we're running it this way. But move this guy over, and you're going to put the A on an in, the RB on a slant, right? And we're going to go to this B receiver here. This is going to be kind of a tight throw. It's going to be kind of an interesting throw, but it does work. Cut it off there. And right there is a little bit tighter than we want to. That guy made a nice adjustment to it. Let's go ahead and show it again here. It's the A on the in, RB on a slant. Move this over here. But I throw this in basically because we want to set up a deep bomb to the X later with the same counter motion. So you do the fake counter, move it up here, and see that guy's in the way. What I'm not doing, and this is what I teach on this play, is basically go ahead and roll to the left behind your counter on this because that's where the blocking is. That's how we're going to set the bomb later. But let's go ahead here. Right there, move it to the left. No. Not sure what I had on mine with this play. I don't have to lab it up, but we'll skip that one now for now. Let's go to PA comebacks. Now, on PA comebacks, I stick with the same motion, but we're going to be able to get somebody else free here. So we're going the same motion right to left. And what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and do a high-low read with your tight end and your RB, so you can put this guy on a drag. And then what we also want to do is put the X on a streak. And the reason why we do that is just to clear everybody up. And this is going to get the RB wide open here. Let's go ahead and do it. It's going to be a play action pass. He goes ahead of here. And wasn't as open as I want, but normally that is it's a little bit further open. Let's go ahead and try it again here. So X on a streak, A on a drag. Oh. You want to put the B on a slant. That's the one thing I didn't do before. I left him on his comeback. So this basically get the high-low, but you got the crisscross as well, which kind of throws everybody off. The crisscross there, and there's the RB. All right, so that guy's just gaining depth because your eye basically goes first for the tight end under, then it's going to go to the B slant. That's basically how you're playing defense. You're going to see the A go first. Then you're going to look at, okay, is it the B? And then by the time you see the A go over, the B is going over, that RB is gaining depth on his route, and that's where you want to throw that ball. All right. So the next one we're going to do is very similar. Actually, we could run this route in there just to keep them off balance. You put this B on a fade. You move them over, and you work your high-low fade. Comeback route combination on cover 3 or cover 4. It works every time. Right there. That guy's always open. Go ahead and put your tight end on the same drag to keep that one guy from jumping the route. But you can see what basically that to keep him off track, that comeback with that fade route is always open. Alright? No matter if it's cover 3, cover 4, cover 2, it's always open. Only thing it doesn't beat is man coverage. So the next thing you want to do is basically do a comeback PA boot. And we're going to go back to the other side this time with the crossing pattern. So we've gone to the left with it. Now we're going to go back to the right with a different play. And this is basically all this motion is doing is giving you the ability to run the ball where you want it and keep them occupied and not knowing what they're going to do. So this guy's going right to left again, and we're going to put the A on an in, and I'm going to put the RB on a streak. Okay, so basically what that's going to do is the B on that little inside release is going to get the attention of that free safety right away because it's going to be more in his zone with that inside release. The RB is going to drive out that right DB. The A is going to hold the linebackers. The X is going to be wide open, right about the numbers, right about the 10-yard line. All right, so I'll hold this here, and you want to kind of throw that ball backwards, just to make sure that it's an easy completion. If you try to lead them, that guy can make a play coming back at it, so you don't want to get too greedy on this play. Take your 25 to 30 and be happy with it. Go ahead and get this here as everybody clears, and you know that's without leading anything as long as you throw it right. It's about a 25 to 30 yard gain. The next play we're going to look at is going to be the PA crossup using that same motion from right to left. So let's move him over. What we're going to do is we're going to put the B on a zig, and we're going to put the RB on an in. And what we're going to try to do here is we're going to get it to our tight end on this post route. That X should drive that one guy deep, and then it should get the attention of the free safety. The B should hold everybody there, and the RB should basically be a secondary route to basically keep the linebackers at bay. So you keep that there, go there, and that time I threw it a little bit too early. You want to keep on letting that guy get some depth, and that's basically why we do the second route here. So you put the B there, the RB on the in, and that should hold that guy. If we can go ahead. Again, not as open as I wanted. Obviously, caught it for 20 yards. But let me see. Because the idea of it is basically to have that guy jump that RB route. That's getting close to that ball. And I think I might just have to wait a half a second longer. Alright, so have him there. So the longer you wait, obviously, the more open he's going to get. But that's predicating on having enough time in the pocket. But you can see the design of the play is to basically have the ability to get that post behind those initial blockers, and see how that one little hole that you have to throw the ball. So that's the design there. The next one's going to be called inside under, and we're going to take advantage of the corner post, a lot like what you see in this bunch play where a lot of people run it. It's that flood play where it's that corner post play. We're going to do the same type deal with this play here. It's called inside under, and by driving out this wide receiver, this receiver goes to the left here, and basically only thing else you want to do is you want to put your RB on a fade. Get that one DB out of there, and basically what you're going to do is going to open up this quick pass right there. Alright, it's one of those annoying throws that you have to plan for if you throw this in. I mean, because the idea of this whole motion series is basically to get that strong power to be isolated on the right hand side. Okay, you know, that's how I started the video. That's my favorite play with you in that motion, is to get that guy out of there to be able to run the strong power to the right. But in order to throw this, you know, to be able to keep them off guard, having these plays, these passing plays to mix in is really nice. So to throw this in it, you know, it's one of those just annoying plays right there. And unless you're using it, it's a very hard play to stop. You know, you can do some adjustments to where you can put the lineman to block to cover him man on man. You could probably put that linebacker man on man, but for the most part, if you don't know it's coming, it's a free play for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically the first time you run it, it's a free play. You know, but the second time you run it, third time you run it, as long as you don't continue to run it all game, you'll be able to run it a couple times a game and catch them off balance. Because if they start doing man-to-man coverage on that guy and you're running the ball, they'll stop. So the last play is basically the wide trail. Everybody's run wide trail before, just real easy short yardage completion, and the way I run it with this motion is basically we just want to make a one-on-one type situation with this tight end to be able to get cleared out by the RB, and as soon as you see that guy jumps in, you're just throwing it right there for an easy catch. So That's how we use that motion to basically set up our main play here, which was the strong power. And let's show the strong power one more time, just to show that's the ideal run in this book, in this formation, with that motion. And by using that motion to throw the ball, we can keep them guessing if it's throw or run. But if we can use this where we isolate just that one guy, we got the crack back block. You know, we basically are able to get around that. Obviously, I didn't get a home run threat there, but normally this tends to be a real nice blocking for you to be able to get it around the corner and let that guy do his thing and get your 20 yards on that play, using that crackback block by that 83 to be able to work. Alright, so I appreciate you watching this first part of the pistol wide trips. We'll come back with a couple different ways to run different schemes out of this formation later. Alright, thank you.